All right, guys. So with Predecessor coming up August 20th, and Predecessor going to be revealing some stuff at Gamescom, or revealing a trailer probably at Gamescom, we did get a dev blog about version 1.0. There's a lot of community concern going into 1.0. There was a huge Discord thread. Things got a little spicy. So let's see what the dev blog has to offer. This is directly from Robbie, apparently. So, or Ace. Greetings, champions. Following last week's announcement, the Predecessor is soon hitting 1.0. We want to openly discuss expectations surrounding the milestone release, providing you with insights into why we made the decision, our vision for it, and what you can expect in this major update. So I'm looking for a few things. I'm not going to list them off, but maybe we'll talk about it after, because there's a lot to think about when going into 1.0, going into full launch. We're leaving beta. We can't hide behind this veil that is early access or beta that Omega loves to hide behind. So expectations surrounding 1.0. We understand that the term 1.0 is turbocharged with all manner of expectations. It suggests the game is complete, or that there will be a fundamental shift in development away from adding major new features. We want to confirm that this will not be the case for Predecessor. We see Predecessor as a constant evolution, as most live service games, and we're extremely excited to use this update as a baseline for all things coming to Predecessor in the future. Make no mistake, the upcoming update is the most significant in Predecessor's history for the amount of features, improvements, and content it includes, and we believe it aligns with our goal for 1.0 and beyond. This is interesting that it's the biggest update because, was it version 16 or 18 that added Brawl, 6 item slots, a bunch of new items, Aurora. Did it add anything else? Maybe not. But it added a ton of stuff. That was a massive update. To imply that this is bigger, you know, what does define bigger? Saying that a game is complete, I don't think anyone says that 1.0 means a game is done, right? What 1.0 is, it should be the game is a completed, okay, I'm using the term completed, is a completed game, is a full game. You know, what does that mean to me? It means it can, for a MOBA specifically, it means a competitive mode, which would be your normal mode, right? Your Conquest if you play Smite, your Summoner's Rift if you play League, our baseline mode, a casual mode, which we have Brawl, a tutorial, which we have, but not really, like I wouldn't consider that a completed tutorial. You know, for a MOBA, probably some sort of shop, which we do have. You know, player retention, which we do have with the affinity track. Unfortunately, we can't use Amber on it yet, or some other free currency, but we do have one, and there is a free path. What else was I thinking? Ranked, like somewhere to actually be competitive. I think at this point in the video game world, if you're going to make a multiplayer game, to be on 1.0, you have to have ranked, and in my opinion, that rank does need to be 24/7. When we're talking about Paragon never had ranked, right? If not, I would not have considered Paragon a completed game. You know, a clean functioning UI on both the console side and the PC side. You know, account progression, account history, all those kinds of things. There might be more. We might talk about what I think is missing, but there is a realm of completed game that I think is expected with the 1.0 version. So why 1.0? Why now? We've heard your concerns about our readiness to launch into 1.0. As previously announced, frankly speaking, after 1.0, our game won't be feature complete. I think that there's baseline features that should be there that we currently don't have, so hopefully they will be there. Defining feature complete is a task of its own with a MOBA, as it differs from each player and everyone will have different lists. Everyone has different want lists, but I think there is an objective complete list. So instead, let's talk about why we made this decision. It's important we share the reasoning behind it, because we're keen to continue developing alongside the community and want every one of you on board with our goals so you can support us in our efforts along the way and understand the vision we have for this milestone. Firstly, 1.0 is a necessity to launch Predecessor fully on the Xbox Store and to move outside of the limited game preview tab where it currently resides. This step is crucial in Predecessor's growth as it allows us to get the game into the hands of far more players due to the increased exposure that is afforded to the game outside of the Xbox preview program. Predecessor is doing extremely well on the Xbox platform, with new players getting struck in, people playing more matches than other platforms. Xbox is our biggest platform. That's kind of surprising. I figured it'd be PlayStation. Given these strong results, we want to ensure Predecessor gets the discoverability the game deserves. This is an important step in that journey. So this is honestly something that I think Omega should have brought up a while ago. I did not know that non-completed games, non-full launch games don't get the exposure that they should on Xbox. I know Xbox shafts them like this. This is something I feel like we should have just said before, and that would have been like curbed a lot of people's issues with like transferring into 1.0. But hey, so we've said it now. It is what it is. Secondly, a 1.0 launch will bring in new players. We have a healthy, I mean, that's not secondly, you just said that. We have a healthy, engaged player base at the moment, but our goal is to inject the player base with a flood of new players so we can properly validate and continue to iterate larger systems like ranked mode. This will allow us to collect valuable data, there it is, everyone take a shot, make adjustments, and have confidence in the long-term growth of these systems. Is Predecessor ready for new players? We'll look at this in the following section. No, not currently. Predecessor is very unwelcoming to new players. Brawl helped a lot. But thirdly, we know that Predecessor's players have been waiting for a large marketing/advertising campaign. After all, growing the game benefits everyone, reducing queue times, improving matchmaking, and building fiercer competition than ever before. After months of validating various marketing strategies, take a shot, A/B testing, take a shot, and receiving feedback, take a shot, we believe we're ready to go wider, tying this release to Gamescom in August, which is crazy that we're going to be at Gamescom. That's actually rad and super big for the game. Allowing us the perfect opportunity to kick off our largest marketing effort yet, pushing the exposure and visibility Predecessor to as wide an audience as possible. We'll talk a little more about the marketing efforts further on. So breakdown. We want more money. We want more money. We want more money. And we're looking at data. We want more money and data. This is like actually like pretty big. Something that's kind of unfortunate on the Xbox side. I get it. To me, like, I'll be blatant, this just screams like money. Which, I mean, the point is we need more players. We're trying to get more players. Cool. What can we expect from 1.0? One of our core goals of 1.0 is to improve the experience for new players joining the game. There are a number of reasons for this, but importantly, we feel that by better preparing these new players and teaching them the core skills they need to succeed in Predecessor, we'll be helping tackle feedback many players have expressed around toxicity, matchmaking, and new player insipidity. Oh my god, I need to drink something. My throat is... I have that dry mouth. So I'm drinking summer temperature room water. Summer room temperature water. Given this influx of new players, an important question is raised: is the game ready for them? The updates we've made to the new user journey in 1.0 should allow us to put our best foot forward. One of the key pain points we identified in the current iteration of Predecessor was the struggle among new players in understanding the various strategic elements of the game. Honestly, tutorials are so hard in MOBAs. MOBAs are such a complex game. There's no clear defined rules to a MOBA for the most part. There's no clear defined way to play. There's so many different unique, intricate strategies that are so hard, especially to put into words. And especially have it be understood for a new player. I don't envy anyone trying to teach people a MOBA from scratch. And I don't envy new MOBA players. I was so bad at Smite for so long because I'm all self-taught. Dude, like at least 1,000 hours before I even had a grasp at what I was doing in Conquest. Which role should I choose? Which hero is best for my playstyle? Which lane should I fight for? What ability is best for me to level up first? The list goes on. Some of these challenges that players face in all MOBAs, and some of them are challenges unique to Predecessor. We identify many of these key issues and have introduced solutions to them in 1.0. This is not to say there isn't more work to be done here, but we believe these changes will make a massive improvement to the new players' early experience and should make the game more enjoyable for all players as a result. Awesome. This is like the biggest thing for me. Honestly, when we're launching into 1.0, we need to have something to help new players. So what exactly are we doing for new players? Below are just some of the features that we've included in 1.0 to address our new user journey additions or improvements specifically tailored to helping our new players find their feet. Draft screen redesign. This is kind of a cool draft screen for the role select. So we can take a look at it here. So we can see, presumably, that if you hover a different role, it will highlight your main area of play and also highlight key points, which for this would be the gold buff, as it's the only buff tied to the dual lane. I'm sure if you hovered off lane, this lane would get highlighted, cyan would be highlighted, mid lane would be highlighted, your river bugs, and jungle, all this area, as well as red, blue, maybe the white camps, possibly Fangtooth, possibly orb. Let's see. It does also give like a brief description of the role. So carry, also slayer, I guess. Get the killing blows on minions, gain gold by killing the gold buff, extremely powerful but also fragile, let your towers and support protect you. This is actually great. I like this. Gain gold by killing the minions, or sorry, get the killing blow on minions. I'm assuming for support it will say help your ADC kill the minions, or like let your ADC kill the minions, because that's an issue new players have. It does tell you when people select a role here. Cool. Looks pretty. I like it. Oh shit, get me out of here. How bad? Oh, okay, no, that was centered good on the recording. All right, we understand how daunting it can be for new players to get to the draft screen only to be presented with a number of options and decisions that might not be immediately clear, especially for those who are new to MOBAs. To tackle this, we made it easier to pick a hero using recommendations based on team composition and player skill level. Made it clearer that Phil and Jungle are much more challenging roles for new players, and made the information like what each hero does or how they play easier to find than ever before. So you may notice there are locked icons on Jungle and Phil there. I know what is going on with that. I don't know if I can share it. If I can share it, hopefully I'll edit and throw it in post. So with the locked icons for Phil or Jungle, this is a one-time thing and then it stays unlocked. Basically, when a new player goes to select Phil or Jungle, it gives them a thing like, hey, this is a harder role, or like, I assume it'll be slightly different for Phil. And then they can just like agree, and then they never have to worry about it again. It's just a system to filter newer players into roles that are easier to understand. Hopefully. All right. Moving on. Improvised automations. Once in the game, we know how important it is that a new player understands what is happening to their hero. Sure, auto-buy takes the pressure off having to understand some of the more complex decisions straight out the gate, but we know how confusing it can be to not know what's happening to your gold, to not know which ability to upgrade first, or to generally feel detached from the important decisions being made on your behalf. So this is an awesome thing. So we have this video here that actually shows what is being bought. It's right in your face. You should understand what's going on. Should help new players get more used to the build system. All of this and more is why we added auto crest and auto level. I didn't know that these didn't exist. As well as a new visual showcase for all players' automations to make decisions being taken on the player's behalf more understandable for newcomers. So I feel like this this overlay is new for the kill. Like, I feel like it didn't have these borders before, but maybe. So I love the grainy footage. So it shows unlocked gag grenade that auto leveled the gag grenade for them right on your screen. You're not missing it. Nice. Attack range indicator upgrade. We've all been there, especially as new players. You're chasing down an enemy hero, desperately trying to secure the kill. They're so low, you fire an ability, confident you can take them down, and you miss. One of the biggest hurdles in a MOBA like Predecessor is learning about attack range, which is crucial information in the heat of the moment, so we've made it clear with bold outlines and text that tells you if you're missing or just out of range. So if you fire a shot and miss, does it say that you missed? I guess. So I'm assuming that anything in your crosshair that is out of your range, if you shoot, it will tell you are out of range. And as you can see, the more you miss, it gets bigger and then eventually just says move closer. It's like it's getting angry at the player. Cool. I don't really personally have an issue understanding attack range, but I also have 3,000 plus hours in this game, so it's so second nature, my attack range. There's also the blue indicator, but I guess that wasn't good enough. This wasn't something I thought was needed. Maybe the bolder outline is nice. If the footage wasn't so grainy, it'd be a better direct comparison in my mind, but sure. There's plenty more on top of what we've already shared here. 1.0 includes many more improvements and additions for new players. We'll be sharing more throughout the weeks that lead up to our big launch, so keep an eye on socials for more information. I wish it was all here, but sure. Hopefully there's a full tutorial. What can existing players expect? We've spoken a lot about new players and our various goals for 1.0, but what about existing players? We've heard your feedback on wanting more options to spend Amber, oh have you? Along with these functional updates to the map to allow more traversal over the hard to reach places. These updates will allow for much more verticality and higher level competitive play and promote skill expression that we've never seen before. So if you suck at the game, apparently this doesn't apply to you. Purchasing hero affinity and bundles with Amber. Thank you, God. Finally. So hey, if you're gonna buy an affinity track, fucking wait 10 or 15 or however many days away it is. I guess it can't possibly be 15 days. Wait up, you know, 10 or so days, and you can get it for free probably because you play too much and you have so much Amber like I do. All right. Got Amber to burn, you can finally use it to purchase hero affinities, but that's not all. We've also added a couple of bundles to the store that you can also spend Amber on. Okay. I'm sure I can buy everything. Additionally, we'll continue to expand in ways in which Amber can be utilized after 1.0. I honestly don't know what, like, icons, sprays, banners. I doubt skins, but maybe some generic recolors. I don't know what else you'd be able to use Amber on. Additionally, we'll continue to expand in ways Amber can be utilized after 1.0, such as adding support for individual cosmetic purchases for sprays and the like, once the store is ready to support non-bundled cosmetic items. Oh, so the issue is right now it's only bundles. Later, you'll be able to buy individual sprays and emblems. Probably not skins, but again, maybe. So, I mean, that's cheap, no? 7.7k? That's less than a new hero. I feel like this is dirt cheap. That's crazy cheap, honestly. If it's just 7.7k, that's mad cheap. All right. I mean, hey, I'm down. Getting all those affinities the instant that drops. All the ones I don't have, like, which is half of them. Map verticality adjustments. We've raised the roof for 1.0. Literally, we've taken the time to remove all vertical boundaries across the map, opening up new complex opportunities for certain heroes to play like never before. We have a clip of Aurora, who is actually a silly goose and walled too close to the... Why didn't we reshoot this? Why did we use this footage? Why did we make her double jump? She can just clear this. Okay, sure. So... pretty big for Aurora, as you can see. An interesting gank angle. She doesn't use the gank, but you know, she's used it to hang out with her duo lane, I guess, leech some farm, sure. So interesting thing you can do there. Kalari will be a big abuser, like a massive abuser of this. Also, this is Aurora mid lane. I'm just realizing this is super great sample footage. So stupid. Kalari will be a super big abuser for this. Think of all the gank angles that you have on Kalari now. I'm trying to think of who else. Is it just really Aurora and... I wonder if it's just Aurora and Kalari that really get use of it. Maybe Feng Mao could dash over that wall for sure. I'm sure there's some that I'm not really thinking of. What I am noticing is in the sample footage, there is an eye. This is hard to see. Maybe I'll zoom in. See how editing I'm feeling. There's an eye on the Chimera that's like an eye with a cross on it. He's the only character not visible on the map. So maybe we're gonna get that icon to show vision. That would be kind of nice, because sometimes you'll look over at, like, you'll be across the map and you'll be like, you're an offlane, right? And you'll be like, is the enemy jungler over in duo? Because there's a fight going on over there. You wanna like play aggressive or whatever. You don't know if you're about to get ganked. You're like, is the enemy jungler ganking duo right now? You can like pan your camera over and you'd be like, I can't really tell, there's too much going on over there. Well, you could just look up and see if the enemy jungler is in vision. If they are, then you know they're not in your lane. So that'd be cool if that comes. I'm yapping. There's more. This blog post would be an awful lot longer if we went in depth with everything coming, so instead here's a quickfire list of everything else arriving in 1.0 that we've not already mentioned. A new legacy hero, so we're not getting an original Almeida original, which I honestly think is for the best. Obviously for all of us, it'd be cooler to have an original hero, but if we're gonna show something at Gamescom, show a Paragon hero. There are still so many Paragon players that don't know we exist, surprisingly. So I think showing off a character, maybe like a reworked Zinx or a reworked Yin, or even, probably not Boris, because he never made it a Paragon, right? Would be awesome. Hopefully reworked. Well, I have a feeling will get reworked. Hopefully Zinx gets reworked. Hopefully, and we have already confirmed Wukong's getting reworked. Tutorial improvements and voiceover improvements, so hopefully that's a big improvement. A voiceover for communication pings. Ace did already make a video on this. Pretty cool. So like a character will say enemy missing left, Total rework of map foliage. Is that just making the map look prettier? Visual and lighting reflection improvements. Better assist indication. Okay. New loading screens. New post-match screens. Okay. New post-match player reporting options. Thank God. System messages in chat, bounties, objective timers, etc. This is nice. So I'm assuming it'll stay in chat like if you kill someone that has a 720 gold bounty. It'll be like, bad news bears, maybe say the hero name, Revenant has claimed 720 gold bounty from Kalari. Objective timers. Does this mean that if you have, like, it'll somewhere on the HUD or in system chat, it will show Fangtooth is spawning in like 30 seconds or whatever? Twitch drops. Interesting. Code redemption. Xbox achievements. Localization on Xbox. With all the above features confirmed for 1.0, we're excited to confirm that even more features are coming throughout the rest of the year too, specifically targeting the topics we know you care about, such as matchmaking, game balance, toxicity, and more. We'll showcase more of these 1.0 features over the coming weeks, so keep an eye on our socials for more. Marketing Predecessor. As already mentioned, our largest marketing campaign to date is launching alongside 1.0. More players means better queue times, a more vibrant, lively community, and of course, more competition. So what's the current plan to attract these new players? Releasing a trailer at Gamescom during opening night live, partnering with Discord for an exclusive quest event, which will most likely be stream Predecessor in a call for 2 hours. Get a spray, get a skin, get whatever. Marketing across each platform store, adding the ability to redeem codes in games, enabling giveaways, competitions, and partnerships. Working with top influencers across the internet to build coverage for Predecessor like never before. Content creator here. Hello. Can I have codes and Twitch drops and all that? Thanks. Launching Twitch drops, rewarding players for supporting their favorite streamers, and so much more. Conclusion, we hope that this discussion has helped bridge the understanding on why of 1.0, what we at Almeida have as a vision for this milestone, what you can be a part of, and what you can expect in the starting August 20th. Be inviting to our new champions, help them find a new home in Predecessor, and join us for this exciting chapter in Predecessor's future. So I wish we would see more stuff like map changes. Like, is there changes to the lanes at all? Like, I don't see anything here that's different other than obviously the wall height and then the losing of the invisible wall. But outside of that, in my opinion, like, what are we missing for a 1.0 update that should have been there? Proper custom matches. Ideally, being able to set gold, being able to set team sizes, being able to select sides. We still don't have the ability to select sides. We promote competitive leagues, but we have not given the competitive leagues the ability to set sides and create a fairness within the competitive scene. There is an imbalance where it's just RNG which side you get. That's so goofy that we have not done anything to have let players determine what side they are. No ability to test new heroes was mentioned, so the practice range hasn't been altered in theory, which is something that really needed to be altered. The ability to skip ahead in time, get free stacks on items and crest, try out heroes that you don't own. So yeah, that's really upsetting. That also sucks for new player onboarding. Super sucks because if a new player wants to get, maybe they think Quang is cool, then they could have tried Quang, and maybe they would have determined that Quang isn't for them, and they could have picked up, you know, Grux or Faye or whoever. Ideally, we have a tutorial for each role. You know, you load into the game, you click on the tutorial section, you go, I want to learn how to play ADC. Tells you a tutorial about ADC. You go, all right, I want to play jungle. Here's how to play jungle. So that'd be nice. Match history, or like a profile page. So a profile page that lets you look at match history, so you could go and report players from those matches. If you know you actually went past it, you could go grab footage from that match, nice and easy, nice in order. You can go look at past stats, account stats, you know, so you can see your win-loss record, or like your most played hero, or just like your account in general, maybe some accolades. There's like no accolade system. And then the last one would be like full ranked, like 24/7 ideally, but at least like the ability to trade heroes and roles. Like the fact that we don't have that is crazy. This is crazy. You're going into 1.0. Yeah, it's a live service game that still needs to be developed, but like your full launch, it's over. The game's should, like, the 1.0 means it's a full game. Don't say it's not a full game. Then it's not, you shouldn't have put it in 1.0. Then the only reason that you went into 1.0 was money. That's my take on it. Yeah, so positive, yes. Disappointing, also yes. My thing is, I'm gonna give my unbiased opinion, or well, unbiased. I guess saying unbiased and opinion doesn't really make sense. I'm gonna give my non-filtered, unbiased from someone who studied game dev and has played games and has been a consumer for 26 years. Give my voice, as unbiased as possible, because what my bias actually says is, I love this game and I want it to grow. I don't think that it's going to, and I'm just hoping that the updates are something that makes me enjoy the game more. So, you know, that's all for me. Hopefully things work out. Hopefully Predecessor and Omega have a great Gamescom. Shout out to them. Thank you for creating a game I love. I hope you can make it better. That's all for me. There should be 2 videos on screen right now. Give those a watch. Bears out. Peace.